She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. Ticket to my heart. Uno, dos, tres, in my blue striped car. She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could go far. We don't need money. We can skip that part. All I want is her to be with me. She's got a ticket to my heart. The sky is blue, I got the sun in my eyes. It can't get better than when she makes that smile. Yeah, she's got that style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She's turning up the volume on the radio. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. I'm gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, Diana.
Welcome everybody, and welcome, God, Davy. Welcome. Today our live stream is the theme is under the ocean, and we're going to be doing artwork that's themed for under the ocean, and then I have some reading. I have a reading to do that I can share about the mysteries of under the ocean. And are you going to be doing some storytelling, Davy?
I'm not too sure about storytelling. I was going to maybe mention briefly maybe a few sea tales, but I'm not too sure. We'll wait and see. Yeah?
Okay, so let's welcome people that are here. Hi, Joshua. Hi, Chris Miller. Hi, Pat Lamb. Hi, Miriam. That's Art Curious. And hi, Elf Lord's Art. And so nice for you to be here. We do this the last Thursday of every month. Me and Davy, the last Thursday of every month. And
yes, and it's a great pleasure being here on your live stream, Diana.
Thank you.
It's good fun, and it puts us on the spot as well, which is good.
And what do you plan to draw today?
I'm going to draw a whale. Okay, I'm going to sketch out a whale, a humpback whale.
Oh.
So I'll see how that goes.
So the humpback whale, what are the biggest whales? Are they the blue and wait, are they called blue whales? The huge,
Yeah.
the ones that are as big as Moby Dick?
Yes, I think that the biggest whale is the blue whale. That is huge.
Oh, it is called blue whale. Okay.
Then you've got other whales such as the humpback whale and the sperm whale. I think Moby Dick, which I was going to mention maybe a little bit later, the story Moby Dick, that is a sperm whale. Okay, I think that was Moby Dick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. But
As far as I can remember.
Elf Lord's Art has a question. I think he's just joking. He said, is Davy drawing Davy Jones?
That's a good one, Elf. Hey, I might change it to Davy Jones. Do you mean Davy Jones from the Pirates of the Caribbean? Or Davy
is that
Jones?
what you mean, Elf Lord?
Oh, hold on. Or Davy Jones from the Monkees. The Monkees, the band.
Yeah, I know, which would have nothing to do with Under the Ocean, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's it.
What his joke was about.
Or I could do Davy Jones from the Monkees.
Well, he says yes, but I don't know what he's saying, which part of our question he was saying yes to.
Yeah, I think it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right. Did you see that movie?
Oh yeah, I've watched them all.
Oh, I have.
I'm a big fan. Oh, they're well worth a watch. He said, not the Monkees.
Okay. Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, it's great. The first one is, well, depends who you ask, but the first one is possibly my favourite.
Oh, okay.
So if you just watch the first one, you'll get the gist of the whole, the rest of the movies. But that's awesome.
Right. So we're gonna start. Are you gonna start doing your artwork? Because I'll start continuing working on my artwork. I'll be working digitally. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Well, I was just gonna say, Diana, can I just say hello to Elf?
Yes.
To Miriam, and hello, Pat. Yeah. And I don't know who else is on. That's who's in the tape. Chris Miller, Joshua.
Right.
Hello, Joshua. And everybody who's watching but isn't typing. Because
yes,
I know
please
some
type
people,
in so we can say hello to you. Yes.
Yeah, because I do know that some people don't like to type and they just watch or listen.
And Pat agrees with you about the best sequel of that movie was the first one.
Yes, Pat, very good. the first movie of Pirates of the Caribbean is fantastic. All the others are good. They're very entertaining, but the first one has that edge because it's the first time you see all of these characters, yeah, and they make a bigger impact in the first movie. Elf's going to take a walk soon.
Right. He's going to watch for a little bit. And I have a little article about Under the Ocean.
That's great. I look forward to hearing you say that, narrate that. What are you doing, Diana? What have you got up there?
So it's 3 figures, 3 female figures that have wave, like a wave and stuff. And I did not draw this. This is a copyright-free image, but I'm going to be coloring it in digitally with my Procreate app. And I created the background. It was just a black and white illustration that was copyright-free from pixabay.com. And it was just black and white illustration of 3 figures, like under the ocean. I guess they're on top. They could be above or under and emerging to the surface. And I'm with my Procreate app on my iPad Pro. I'll be coloring it with my the many digital brushes I have.
Can I just mention, seeing as you're talking about coloring in an image?
Yeah.
Now, what's your opinion on these adult coloring books? You know, the coloring books have advanced images.
Yeah, I don't like color. Pat Lamb, who's in the chat, she does coloring on her iPad. Like she found, like they have digital coloring books, and she loves coloring, but I don't. I just do this for the live stream, for something that didn't take a lot of effort to try to figure out, because I'm not good at coming up with drawings from scratch. I usually incorporate collage, and when I do drawing, it's like more tedious, and I have to like grid it out to get proportions right, or trace it. If it's digital, I trace it. And I'm not good at as good as drawing as you are, where you just can freehand something from scratch. I have to have references and things like that. So I'm not a fan of coloring books. I just do this like for a live stream. I don't do this on my own free time doing stuff like this. And so for me, I do like creating my own like for my own artwork to sell. I like creating it from references, and I use references, and then I incorporate my digital art with my acrylic painting because of my vision disability. Like if it's a small face, that would be really hard to use to create that with my magnifiers. So I might create like a face, something like in my digital art, and then I incorporate that digital art as collage and I call that as collage into my acrylic paintings. So they become mixed media paintings, because I incorporate my digital art as collage into my acrylic paintings.
Yes, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
If you draw live and you're sketching live, you do run the risk of making an absolute mess while you're live. That's one of the drawbacks.
Right. Yeah.
But the reason why, by the way, Elf, I agree with what you said there. That's spot on, and it's great that Pat's colouring in. Now, I mentioned these colouring books because, in my opinion, I don't know if anybody else agrees, but they are fantastic for practicing shading, okay? Especially if you're going to be using coloured pencils or even watercolour on them.
Oh, okay.
They're really good at practicing shading. So colouring in anything, even if you don't draw it yourself, it is great practice.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what Pat uses. It's digital, you said, is that right?
Yeah, she does digital coloring books.
Well, even if you do that, you're definitely getting something out of it, because there's also, even at the colour theory side, on the colour theory side of things, you will be using colour.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be thinking about colour.
Yeah.
Just by colouring in.
And then thinking about shading and
Yeah, all of
texture.
that. Yes. And if you buy the actual books, they're quite expensive now, the books. But if you get them, the advanced ones, it's fantastic. It really does help your shading skills.
Okay, yeah. Elf has a question. He says, didn't Dina do a challenge that was under the sea or something like that? I'm not sure about
Yes,
recently. The last challenge I saw she did was the yellow rose, but I might be behind on keeping up with her challenges.
yes, she did. I think she did, Elf. She done an under the water challenge, and I'm trying to rattle my brains, and I'm not too sure if I entered that or not. But yes, I did. Yes, I remember. She did, and it was about 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago,
Yeah, about 3. Yeah, I don't
something
remember
like
that
that.
3 months ago. No.
Hello, Anthony.
Hi,
Grace,
Anthony.
Grayscale's on. Anthony, nice to see you. I tell you what, Anthony's doing some cracking paintings, some great on Instagram that he's posting. They're really good.
So, what's your favorite underwater creatures? Like either fantasy and or real? I mean, or do you have a preference? Do you prefer that fantasy underwater creatures to real underwater creatures?
Fantasy or real? My favorite underwater real creature is probably a whale. So you've got all the big whales, killer whales, from killer whales, well, from dolphins, porpoises, whales, humpbacked whales, blue whales, stuff like that.
My
But
favorite underwater creature is dolphins, and I've actually swam with the dolphins 2 times, and I had a really cool one. One of the experiences was called the foot push, where you lay down flat in the water. You lay down flat in the water, face down into the water, and 2 dolphins come swim behind you and push your feet with their noses, and ultimately, if you can do it, and I was the only one that could do it in the group. There was a group of like 10 people swimming with the dolphins. Everybody else, they would push the dolphins, push your feet, and ultimately push you so you're standing straight on top of their snouts and stuff. And I was the only one able to do that, and I have pictures of it. But everybody else got pushed forward, like they couldn't, and I was the only one. So I felt so honored, like I was at one with the dolphins.
that's awesome. That's a fantastic experience.
Yeah, and the picture that you have of it, it doesn't give it justice because it just looks like I'm standing on the water. The picture doesn't show the dolphins. The dolphins are like underneath the water, and it just looks like I'm standing on the water.
That is good. That's something that's I think will probably stick with you
Yeah.
forever. Yeah.
How about everybody in the chat? What are your favorite underwater creatures? And then for fantasy underwater creatures, the mermaids most likely.
You know what? I never thought about fantasy underwater creatures because I could have done it.
Right. Oh, I
Because
thought that's the first thing you would think of.
you know what? I totally lost it there. Totally lost the idea of doing a fantasy underwater creature. I think I got looking at whales. I was watching some video footage of whales, and I think that got us. It got us off the path of the fantasy path.
Oh, I thought that's what you would think of first. So, mine is a fantasy scene for a fantasy underwater scene. So with these 3, probably they're water nymphs or something. I don't see mermaid tails, so I think these might be water nymphs.
So that would be your favorite fantasy one.
No, mermaids.
Mermaids, yes, mermaids.
I don't think these are mermaids. I don't see mermaid tails. I think there's such a thing as water nymphs, which I'm not sure. That comes off the top of my head, and I have to look that up if there's such a thing as. Yeah, I should look that up now.
Going back to Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the movies, I think it's the 4th movie or 5th movie,
Mm-hmm.
That features mermaids.
Say that
Yeah.
again.
Do you know the Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Yeah, well, I haven't watched any of them. No.
Well, the
Uh-huh.
fifth one, number 5.
Yeah.
That I think it's number 5 that features mermaids,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
a fantastic scene with the mermaids. Okay, that's well worth checking out. Ian McShane plays Blackbeard. Okay, so that's the movie to check out for the mermaids. What I would
Okay.
have done, another thing I would have done, I never thought about doing this, was some of the giant sea reptiles from the Mesozoic period,
Oh.
the age of the dinosaurs. So mosasaurs, plesiosaurs, creatures like that, ichthyosaurs.
Oh,
I
yes.
should have
Because
done
for
one of them looking
dinosaurs,
back.
yes, for dinosaurs, there was the underwater, there was the swimming dinosaurs, there were the flying dinosaurs, and then there were the dinosaurs on land.
Yes, the ones in the water are known as marine reptiles,
Oh.
and the ones in the sky, the creatures, which are reptiles, are known as pterosaurs. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so that's the three. And there was the seas back then, between 65 million years ago to 250
Oh,
million years
God.
ago.
So much time. Yeah.
So you've got 150 million years of life on Earth there.
What a huge
But
chunk of time.
it's massive. It's massive. 150 million years. And the seas were filled with horrendous creatures, sharks, all of the different kinds of sharks with the bizarre looking fins and teeth and what have you. Very strange. But you had some very scary creatures roaming about the seas back then. It's certainly not anywhere you'd like to visit. I should have done one of those. I never thought.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just looked up water nymphs. So for the in Greek mythology, they're called Najans, Najad, Najads,
Ah, right.
Najad,
That's
and
interesting.
which means flow. One of the nymphs of flowing waters, springs, rivers, fountains, lakes. The Najads, appropriately in their relation to fresh water, were represented as beautiful, light-hearted, and beneficent.
Oh, that's good. So they're nice. Or they're nice, they're pleasant creatures.
Oh, then there's ocean nymphs. What are ocean nymphs called? Let's see.
Would they be the mermaids, maybe?
Nereids were 50 sea nymphs, daughters of Nereus, Nereus, the
Yeah.
old man of the sea. They were
Oh, great.
goddesses of the sea's rich bounty and protectors of sailors and fishermen, coming to the aid of those in distress.
Oh, that's awesome. That is good. So they're nice. They're nice creatures. I was going to, for this live stream, I was going to mention a few fantasy mythological stories, just to not tell the stories, but just to mention them,
Mm-hmm.
uh, such as the sirens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a quite a scary tale. That's a tale from the Odyssey, the ancient Greek story of uh, the return home of Odysseus from the Trojan War. So
Uh-huh.
the Trojan War's been complete. That's finished, and everybody goes home. And Odysseus sails home. Okay, and on his way home, there's many adventures because the gods have decided to stop Odysseus from getting back home for various reasons. And one of these adventures or events was Odysseus's contact with the Sirens. Now, do you know who the Sirens are?
No, I've heard of them, but I don't know the exact definition of them.
Well, they're very much like mermaids. Now, the word siren, what do you think when I say siren?
Yeah, I think of
What is a siren?
like a woman who's a bombshell.
No. Well, you could say that. These sirens are depicted like that. But how about in terms of noise? A siren.
Oh, so they're loud.
They're loud, but they've got beautiful. Their voices are beautiful beyond belief. So when a ship sails past the sirens' rocks, that's where they live. There's certain area in the sea. There's a lot of rocks, a little bit of land, and the sirens are on these rocks. And if a ship happens to sail past, they'll start to sing. Okay, very loud and beautiful voices, and these are so beautiful and hypnotic. It puts the sailors, it turns the sailors basically crazy. They go mad. And what happens is they do this so the ships can be driven on the rocks, and the sailors obviously meet their death.
Oh.
So Odysseus, now to combat this, because he's got to go past the Sirens' rocks. So what he does is he gets all of his crew to plug their ears up with cloth and wax, and also they tie themselves to the masts and to the ship, yeah, the sides of the ship and whatever. They tie themselves down so they cannot run about in a, damage the ship, turn the ship onto the rocks. So that's how they get past the sirens.
Oh. So explain how they get past they tie themselves to the mast.
They tie themselves to the masts, to the ship's railings, anything
Yeah, how does that save the boat?
Because they don't go crazy. They cannot move. That's the thing. And plus they block the ears up with wax, so that the ship goes by. Nobody can turn the ship onto the rocks. They go crazy if they hear the sirens. They go crazy.
You're saying they put wax in their ears?
Yes, wax and cloth. So it dampens the noise of the sirens' song.
Right.
And it saves them. So that's the idea of how they got past the sirens. Elf mentioned, by the way, Pat likes octopi.
Right, but yeah.
I wonder if anybody's tasted octopi, cooked octopi.
Oh, I've had squid. I've eaten squid.
I've had a little bit of squid.
In paella, in Spanish paella.
Oh, right. Did you enjoy that, Diana?
Yeah, but it doesn't really have that much taste. It's like, I don't remember the taste. It was okay. I don't love it. It was just okay. I love paella. No, I love the paella, but the squid was just okay. It's not nothing that I would really want.
Tasteless. That's what I thought. It's tasteless.
Oh yeah, I didn't really know the taste. Yeah.
So Pat, octopi. She likes octopi. Elf has just said to Google the Berlin ichthyosaur.
Right.
Okay. Now I think I've seen that. Okay. the famous ichthyosaur skeleton, which is fantastic. Is that the one that is given birth? Because there's a skeleton, a fossil, I should say, not yeah, of an ichthyosaur, which is very much like a dolphin. Okay, so, but it's a reptile. Okay, so think of a dolphin. Now, this fossil is fantastic because it's given birth to a baby, obviously a baby ichthyosaur. So that's the famous fossil. I'm not too sure that's the fossil elf means.
Oh, okay.
Plus, Pat said, I'd feel bad eating an octopus. They're very intelligent, which is absolutely right. You're quite right. And they can escape from many things, octopi.
Right, like I would never want to eat a dolphin. Not, I don't think that that's a, I don't know if that's a practice anywhere where people might eat dolphin. I don't know.
One of my friends from work, who was a lady from Greece, who now doesn't live. She's moved somewhere, I don't know where. Who was called Pani. She, her father was an octopus hunter.
Oh.
And she used to help him when she was a little girl hunt the octopus in Greece.
And,
so there's
and to eat, they hunt them so they could eat them?
yes, and sell them. Yeah.
Oh.
So that was interesting.
Hmm.
So there we go. The earth, the seas are full of lots of very strange creatures, but you know, fish and whatever, and all sorts of things, octopi, whales. But here's the question: what about the deep sea?
Yeah, that's what my article that I was going to read touches on that. That there
Right.
that there's so many mysteries in the sea that like way deep. There's like there's creatures that they haven't even discovered yet.
Yeah. What is down there? What's lurking down there? Maybe some mermaids or the sirens. I'll not touch on that then. I'll wait until you.
Yeah, let me get the article now then.
Yeah, I'm going to let you talk about that.
So, okay, hold on. So the name of the article is 7 Stories About Mermaids, Selkies. Have you ever heard of Selkies?
I
Selkies?
certainly have. The
And sea
selkie.
wolves. And
Yeah,
sea
the
wolves.
selkie.
I have never heard of that word before.
It's from the UK, Scotland,
Oh,
Scotland. I think
okay.
it's a Scot, or it's an Irish. It's an Irish one or a Scottish one. The selkie.
So the
And
final
by the
frontier.
way,
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
sorry, Diana. I was just going to say, by the way, a selkie is a fairy.
Oh, okay.
Part of the family of fairies.
Oh, okay. Having to do with
Many,
water, most likely.
yes, it's a water fairy. The selkie.
Okay, the final frontier is an epithet famously attached to outer space. Don't strap on spacesuits just yet, though. Closer to hand, our home planet remains plush with unexplored terrain or the aquatic equivalent thereof. The ocean yields newly discovered species every year, such as 2019's glow in the dark pocket shark. In 2019 they discovered
What?
the glow in the dark pocket shark.
Glue in the dark.
And in 2020 they discovered an adorable entry to the Dungeons and Dragons monster manual. What? A gelatinous blob.
Yeah. I wonder what that is. These are crazy creatures.
Not to mention new appreciation for creatures like the poor, misunderstood blobfish.
Oh, not the blobfish. Has anyone seen the blobfish?
No, I never heard of it.
It's unbelievable. Google it. Everybody Google the
Okay.
blobfish, and you'll be absolutely shocked. Jessie Miller. Hello,
Hi,
Jessie.
Oh, hi, Jessie Miller. Welcome.
Lexi.
Oh,
Hello,
hi,
Lexi.
Lexi. Welcome.
And Jessie, thank you very much for that. Thank you.
So, of course, even as we eagerly rifle their pockets for fascinating new species, the world's waters still maintain plenty of mystery, from the strange sound known as the bloop to phenomena like phantom islands to
Ooh,
disappeared ships and submarines to the sheer incomprehensible strength of a storm at sea. The ocean can be a strange and dangerous place, the perfect setting for myths and stories across the age and around the world. Between its beauty and its innate unknowability, the deep waters of home offer fertile ground for many writers to sow the seeds of imagination. In my book, Sun Daughters, Sea Daughters, I sought to riff on the classic notes of The Little Mermaid by giving my genetically engineered mermaid a whole new sea to explore, the depths of space. Perhaps by the time humans have colonized worlds like hers, space really will be the true final frontier. So now, after that first introductory paragraph, that it's going to give summaries of seven books that have to do with the ocean.
right.
So that was a little summary of by Amy Gordon, Sun Daughters and Sea Daughters. The next one is just a tiny little summary of a book called The Deep by Rivers Solomon. Let's see.
Right.
The sea can be beautiful, but it's dangerous first. In Solomon's novella, we get the accounting of that power as it is reclaimed by the birthright of the descendants of African women thrown from slave ships to drown. Like Solomon's other work, this is characteristically intense, a world of forcefully drawn in shades of deep blue.
That's crazy.
Huh.
I think lots of people have lost their lives at sea.
Yeah.
A horrible death, being thrown into the water, the murky waters, the deep waters of the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific.
Right. How about the Titanic? They thought it was going to be.
Yeah, the Titanic. Is that in 1912? The
Yeah,
Titanic.
I have to look that up. It's
I think it's 1912.
It was its maiden voyage, wasn't it? Its maiden voyage.
It certainly was.
In the North Atlantic, hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic.
Yes, and that iceberg damaged the side of the ship apparently. So the Titanic sailed from Ireland, I think it was, or either Liverpool or Ireland,
Uh-huh.
and then it went across the Atlantic, and it was intending to beat the record for the fastest crossing of the Atlantic.
Yeah.
So they were going at full steam ahead. They were going for it, and unfortunately, because of the northern hemisphere, the ice, the icebergs were
Yeah.
floating down. They tend to float down, and like you said, Diana,
Hmm.
it caught the side of the ship. It went alongside an iceberg. The Titanic was built in such a way that it had a number of compartments. So if one or two compartments were
Yeah.
damaged and flooded, it would still stay afloat.
Right.
But this didn't work, unfortunately.
So I think so with the captain, was he just being a little like thoughtless, thinking like, oh, the Titanic is really strong and we can sail through these icebergs and it's not going to bother the ship that much?
Apparently, the captain, so as far as I can gather, he wasn't too keen on racing across, but the owners wanted this, wanted you know, the wanted this ship to get across there for the fame, yeah. So it would be a high profile. It was already a high profile ship, but if they could beat this record,
Yeah.
it would heighten the profile of the Titanic and bring a lot more acclaim
Right.
to the ship and the line, yeah, the company that built it, yeah. So it's a very prestigious award or whatever or accomplishment. But I don't think the captain was fully on board with that.
Yeah, he was not. So he
He
was
was
just.
forced to do it.
Oh wow.
He gets a lot of stick for it, but really, I think he was talked into it or forced into it. But normally he wouldn't do that, as far as I know. Now, if I'm right or wrong, people can put it in the
Yeah, tell
comments.
us
That
in
would be
the chat.
good.
Anybody who's an expert on the Titanic.
Yeah, we need an expert on the Titanic. So there. I was trying to think. The Titanic was the I think it was the world's worst maritime disaster. Was it commercial
I don't know.
maritime
I'll look it
disaster?
up.
Maybe
I'll go. Let's Google. I'll Google it.
it's noted for. It's certainly one of the worst disasters, but it is the worst something disaster. I don't know. Cannot quite remember it. What about the
So
movie?
Titanic. What was I gonna say?
Oh, sorry, Diana. It's okay. Carry
The
on, please.
Titanic was a British ocean liner that sank on the 15th of April, 1912,
Yeah.
after after striking an iceberg on the ship's maiden voyage from Southampton, England to New York City, United States.
Southampton.
Titanic, operated by the White Star Line, was
Yeah.
carrying passengers and mail. That's
Yes.
all it has to say in Wikipedia, but I'd have to look up more information about it.
What about? I was just going to say that. What about the movie? Did you enjoy the movie?
Yeah, yeah, I saw it so long ago. So
I think they've done a really great job creating the Titanic. I
yeah, it
think
was
that was
pretty good. Yeah,
fantastic.
the movie was pretty good. Yeah.
Really good stuff. Got to say. Um, what about the American one disaster? What about the USS Indianapolis?
Uh
And that's the one where people were eaten by sharks.
oh.
That was a horrific disaster. The crew of the Indianapolis. Look that up if you're not
Well,
familiar with
I'm
that.
gonna still stay on the Titanic. So hold on, I'm gonna read a little bit more. The British luxury passenger liner that sank on April 14th to the 15th in 1912 during its maiden voyage en route to New York City from Southampton, England, killing about 1,500 people. Okay, hold on. I got to click on something. One of the most famous tragedies in modern history. It inspired numerous stories, several films, and a musical, and has been the subject of much scholarship and scientific speculation.
Yes. I'll tell you what, you mentioned several movies, okay?
Hmm.
So there's a movie that was made in the 50s or 60s, and it was called A Night to Remember, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I would highly recommend everybody, if you're interested in the Titanic, to watch A Night to Remember. It stars the English movie star, who was it? Moore. What do you call him? Somebody Moore. He was a big star, and that film is fantastic. A Night to Remember. I would highly recommend it if you're interested in the
Okay.
Titanic. So, right. Apparently, the Titanic was equipped with 16 lifeboats, each capable of loading lifeboat davits, each capable of loading 3 lifeboats for a total of 48 boats. But despite the capacity of 48, the ship was only equipped with a total of 20 lifeboats. They hadn't equipped the full load of lifeboats.
Oh.
So they only had 20 lifeboats. 14 were regular lifeboats and 2 were cutter lifeboats. And 4 were collapsibles and proved difficult to launch while the ship
Oh.
was sinking. Together, the 20 lifeboats could hold 1,178 people, about
The last
half
thing
the
I read said
number.
1,500 people. 1,500 people died.
Yes, so that was half the number, okay, because there was double that on board, okay.
Hmm.
So that was a bit of a tragic error, not having the full amount of lifeboats. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's strange. And there was another 2 ships. There was 3 of them built, and that was obviously the most famous of the 3. And it was a very beautiful ship, and it was state of the art, very expensive. So a very tragic event in 1912.
Thank you, Miriam. She said great drawings, both of us.
Thank you so much, Miriam. So what about we mentioned Moby Dick?
Right.
That's one of the most
I read
famous.
that in high school. That was
Yeah,
required reading in high school, but I don't remember much of it.
I think I only read a little bit of it, the book,
Hmm.
and apparently it was based on a true event.
Oh.
And I think a film was made. There was an amazing film made, and I think it was Ron Howard who directed it. Is it in the heart? What? No, what was it called? Let's Google this. Okay, let's have a look. It starred the actor who plays Thor. hmm And the Marvel Thor. Now, what's his name? Right, let's have a look here. I'm trying to locate this movie. Right.
Well, I'm going to look up. You can look up that, and I'll look up fantasy sea creatures.
Right. I think I found out. I think the movie's called In the Heart of the Sea,
Oh, okay.
and it's the guy. The main actor is the guy who plays Thor in the Marvel movies, superhero movies, and I think it's his best film. And the film is absolutely fantastic. In the Heart of the Sea, that's well worth watching, and that is Moby Dick. So it was quite a recent movie, done about 5 years ago, maybe something like that. So it's one of the newer movies. But of course, the old movie. Bye, Art Curious. Goodbye,
Bye,
Marie.
Miriam.
So Grayscale Anthony said, I have both of those. They are fantastic. In the Heart of the Sea. Thank you, Anthony, for mentioning that. That is a fantastic movie. If you haven't seen that, watch it. It's so good.
Oh.
But the original Moby Dick, starring Gregory Peck, is fantastic, and that's an adaptation of the book. That's taken from the book Moby Dick.
Oh, okay. Here, I looked up sea monsters from mythology. Well, I looked up fantasy creatures in the sea, and it gave it. The first thing it gave me was sea. I wasn't looking up sea monsters, but the first thing it gave me when I looked up fantasy sea creatures is giving me a list of sea monsters from mythology. So,
Right?
Kraken
Oh,
is
the
one of them.
Kraken. Yeah, the Kraken. Forgot about that.
Cerebolus,
What? Don't know what that is.
Leviathan, Capricorn, Mermaid, Cetus, Setus, Hydra, Scylla, Scylla.
Scylla, yes. Well, the Kraken is definitely from Greek mythology, and it's one of the. I think it's one of the creatures the gods fought against. Yeah, the Kraken. And if you watch the movie, back to the movies again, Clash of the Titans, yeah, 1980, 81, Clash of the Titans, I think it is. It's in the early 80s. Clash of the Titans features the Kraken. And it's fantastic. What a great movie. I'm going to name a very famous sea monster.
Well, the first movie that has to do with underwater is Under the Sea or Sea Creatures is oh gosh, it was in the 70s. People had long lines outside the theater, wrapped around the theater of getting into this movie
Whoa,
about the
what's
shark,
this?
about the sharks that.
Oh, dear me, yes. The
Oh,
Spielberg movie.
how can I forget that?
Exactly. Diana, do you think that's possibly the most famous sea? Like,
I don't. Well, it came out in the 70s. I didn't know if it still carries that position of number one. I would think it doesn't. But back
right?
in the 70s, it was a huge hit. People were lining up with the line outside the theater, wrapped around the theater to get in.
Yeah, that was massive, wasn't it? It was a big hit. What a film! It's one hell of a
We can't
film.
remember it. What's it called?
Jaws.
What?
It was called Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws, right.
Jaws, and it was the big white shark. Yeah,
Yeah, that movie was awesome.
it was a brilliant movie. Now, has there been any other movies about? Oh, what about the most recent one? There has been a very entertaining recent movie about a giant shark, an extinct shark species, and it's the largest shark ever to have swam the seas. It's called Megalodon. Have you seen that one?
No, but no. Anthony says that it was the first. Jaws was the first blockbuster. That's where the term blockbuster comes from.
That's very interesting, Anthony. Jaws was the
Oh, and
first
he said you're
blockbuster.
talking about the. I can't see that. You're talking about the Meg, MEG, or the Meg.
Yes, the Meg, which features the Megalodon, which is a giant shark, an absolute monster, and that roamed the oceans at one time. Massive shark.
Lexi says her mother let her watch Jaws on her 13th birthday. She was so excited.
Oh, that's great. I bet you that was something, Lexi.
Anthony says he has multiple Titanic movies, and the Hindenburg.
Oh, the Hindenburg disaster. That was something. The big Zeppelin. Anthony, what do you think about the movie A Night to Remember? Because that's one of my favourite movies. It's a fantastic movie.
Now, Anthony
Kenneth
says
Moore.
something else you were
Oh,
talking about earlier. He says it's called The Heart of the Sea, he thinks. But what about
the
that
Heart
movie,
of the
The Heart
Sea.
of Darkness? Isn't it The
The
Heart of
Heart of
Darkness?
Well, The Heart of Darkness is the book, is the story that Apocalypse Now was based on. That's The Heart of Darkness.
The one that's what's based on it?
Apocalypse Now,
Oh, okay.
about the Vietnam War with
Oh,
Marlon
right.
Brando.
Yeah,
That's based
in
on.
college, I took a class called Film and Literature, and we would read the book and then watch the movie that it was based on. In Heart of Darkness, we did that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's something I would have liked to do. I bet you that was good, Diana. Did you
Yeah, so
enjoy that?
there were several ones that we read and watched the movie based on, and I can't remember. I remember that was one of them. I can't remember the other ones.
That's awesome. Yes, Kenneth Moore is the actor in A Night to Remember. In Grayscale, Anthony said, "My mother wouldn't let me see Jaws. A Night to Remember was amazing. I watch it from time to time." I totally agree with you. That is an amazing film. Such a great film. A Night to Remember. This weekend, everybody, get a hold of A Night to Remember and watch it.
And what year did that movie come out?
Oh God, I think it might have been the 1950s or the early 60s.
But
I
now
think
you're
it may have been
throwing out so many movie names. I'm not going to remember them all.
A Night to Remember. Such a
I'm
great
usually
movie.
not a fan of movies that were created like before the 60s.
Right. Are you someone who doesn't like, because I know there's a lot of people that don't
Yeah, I
really
really
do.
don't like those older movies. I know. I don't.
Yeah. And the argument is, this is the big debate, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Were movies up to, let's say, movies up to 1980, the best movies ever made? Or have movies been bettered from 1980 to present day? So you've got you've got like 40 years plus 40 years of movies. Yeah?
So pre-1980 and after 1980?
So like, let's say from 1930 to 1980, and then 1980 to 2020. So have movies been improved? I think there's a lot of
Well,
improvement
all
being
the
made.
kinds of movie effects have improved. All kinds of movie effects
Definitely.
have improved.
Oh, definitely.
Cinematology has improved.
Yes.
It just depends on your taste. You know, there's going to be the diehards who say, "Oh no, those old movies are the best. They're the best," and
Yes.
it just depends on your taste.
But I'll say this, right? I'll say this. The really older movies have a totally different look and
Yeah.
character to modern movies. They're very different. So, you know, and you're absolutely right about people's tastes. You
So
know,
when was
one,
Psycho made? Like Psycho is probably one of those movies that I do like from that
yeah.
era.
Well, there's one movie, yeah, and Psycho was good.
Yeah, what year did that come out? In the 50s, I believe, right? In the
Got to
50s?
be the 50s or 60s. It's got to be.
Yeah,
But
definitely not the 40s. It's the 50s or 60s.
yeah. Now, hello, Alec. Alec is here.
Hi,
Hello, Alec.
Alex.
Um. So Anthony again. If I can just read out what he said.
Yeah, it seems like Anthony's a real movie buff.
He said, "Yes, I think he is." Anthony said, "I didn't watch any Star Wars until over 25 years later. Didn't interest me." That's it.
Same here. I've only watched the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah, me too. I went to the cinema when I was 11 years old to see the first run of Star Wars when it first came out. And I was absolutely astounded. And I've got a funny story to tell you. My father took me and my sister to see Star Wars, right?
Mhm.
But about halfway through the film, my father fell asleep.
Uh,
He was really, I don't know if he'd had a drink or not, right? But he was away, he was gone. Now, at that time, right, you could stay in the cinema and watch the film if you wanted. You weren't kicked out. You could stay in the cinema if you wanted. So my father was asleep when the film ended.
yeah.
So I told my sister, who's 2 years younger, I remember saying, "Don't wake him up. Don't wake him up. Let him sleep. And we'll watch the film again."
Oh.
So we started watching the film again, right? And my father woke up during the film, the second run, and he said, "By God," he said, "this film's been on a long time." So we watched it twice.
Uh, did you ever tell him?
No, you never found out. Never
Did
found
you
out.
tell your mother?
No, you never found out. Didn't bother telling him. I think I must have forgotten about it. That's pretty funny. But it
Oh,
was great. At one time, at one time, you could actually stay in the cinema. You weren't kicked out. You could
I
watch
see.
the film again, and it was awesome. But they put a stop to that. You say they could have made a lot more money. So, Diana, have you got a favorite movie?
Yeah, well, one of my favorite, one of my favorite movies is Avatar.
Oh, it's a great film. Great movie.
Oh yeah, and that's the same movie director who directed Titanic.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah,
And
what's
of
the
course,
guy's name?
James Cameron.
Yeah. So Titanic was a huge hit, and then Titanic was a huge hit, and then Avatar was too. They're
It
both are the
was.
biggest money makers. I think they're both the biggest money makers of all time, possibly.
Yes, they are. And the new one as well. The second one was a huge hit. And of course, that fits in with what we're doing today, sorry, on this live stream. Because it's Way of the Water. Yeah?
What? Avatar?
Way of the Water. Yes, it's set in the
I don't
sea.
remember it having to do with water.
Oh, yes. No, the second one.
Oh, I didn't see the second one.
Well, that's about the sea in the water. So there's a lot of sea creatures and stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
It's not as good as the first one.
Right, that's what I heard. It's not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, another
Still,
one of my growing up, my favorite movie growing up was Charlie Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
that is fantastic.
Yeah, I love that movie.
What a great movie
Yeah.
with Gene Wilder.
So much intrigue. So much. Yeah, Gene Wilder just is brilliant.
One of my favorite actors,
I know.
comedy actors. Have you seen Young Frankenstein?
No, I didn't. That doesn't appeal to me.
That's funny. Gene Wilder in Young Frankenstein is another one.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. You know Mel Brooks?
Oh yeah, I don't like Mel Brooks.
All right, okay. Well, he directed that,
Right.
so you might not like him. That movie. Do you know what Anthony said? Avatar was okay, but it wasn't my cup of tea. But he has both of the movies.
Oh.
Yeah. But he did say he also has both of the Wonka movies.
Oh. So
And he said
So
Young
there's a new
Frankenstein.
so there's a new updated version of Charlie Wonka and the Chocolate. Yeah, like I know it went on Broadway, but what else? Like they have a. I'd like to see the newer version of it.
Yeah, there's a new one. I want to see that one. I wonder if anybody's seen it. Anthony, have you seen the new Willy Wonka movie?
Well, he has. I thought you said he has both versions of it.
Yes, he's got. I think what he means is the Gene Wilder one and the Tim Burton one. Do you know when
Oh.
Johnny Depp plays Willy Wonka?
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm
But
not
there's
a big. So don't judge me. I'm not huge. I'm not like some huge movie buff. So there's a lot
It's
of
okay.
things I don't know.
That's quite all right. But I want to see that third one just to check it out. So Avatar, would you say Avatar is your favorite film?
Should I say favorite or one of my favorites?
One of your favorites.
Maybe it is my favorite, but like it for a while it was my favorite, but now it's been a while and I haven't never rewatched it, and now it's been so long since I've seen it, and now it's kind of like, well, is it? I don't know. Is it still one of my favorites? But I don't watch a lot of movies, so I just gonna say one of my favorites.
Well, I've got to say, Diana, I watched it recently, and it's still fantastic.
Oh, okay.
It is really good. That is really stood up over the since it was made. It looks amazing, and it's a really good film. Has anybody heard of just stepping away from movies? By the way, Anthony hasn't seen the third Willy Wonka movie. Okay. And Lexi said, "Goodness, Anthony, it sounds like you have quite the film collection."
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Wizard of Oz too. Wizard of Oz. That's a classic.
Right. Oh,
The
that
Wizard
was
of
one of
Oz.
my favorite. That was one of my favorite childhood movies too.
And do you know what? There's another film that you like that is old, because that was done in the 30s,
Right.
the late
So
30s.
yeah, for a movie done in the 30s, that's one of my favorites. For the most part, I
Yeah.
don't like movies from the 30s, but that's probably the only movie I like from the 30s.
What about Laurel and Hardy?
No, I don't really like them.
An American and a British actor. One American, one British. And they were huge stars. Maybe the biggest movie stars of the time. So I think so. If someone can confirm that, Laurel and Hardy. So you don't like Laurel and Hardy?
No. Maybe I haven't watched them enough to. Maybe I'm not a good judge of that because maybe I haven't watched. I might not have watched them enough, or I can't remember watching them. Whatever I watched of them, it didn't appeal to me, so I don't know.
So just getting off these movies, has anybody heard of the legend of the Loch Ness Monster,
Yes.
which is a monster from Scotland, from a loch in Scotland called Loch Ness,
Right.
which is said to be swimming the loch, which is a very deep and long channel of water. Okay, it's landlocked. I don't think it can get out to the sea. So this thing, whatever it is, has been seen many times by various people.
Since the 70s or more, because
Yes,
I
it goes way back.
way back probably, right.
Goes way back. Lots of people have claimed to have seen it. Do you know what, Anthony? The universal monsters, right? I've got great memories of when I was very young, and my grandma, when I used to stay at my grandma's, she used to let us stay up late and watch the Friday night monster movies. And I would be in bed with the little portable TV, black and white, and I would watch the Universal monster movies.
Like, so what are some of them that were your favorites or that you remember?
Bela Lugosi's Dracula,
Okay.
Boris Karloff's Frankenstein, Lon Chaney Jr.'s The Wolfman, which was possibly my favourite, with Claude Rains. That was an amazing film. The Invisible Man, Claude Rains. Then you had the 50s sci-fi stuff that you used to put on late at night, which I was absolutely glued in bed watching these movies, like Tarantula, War of the Worlds, It Came from Outer Space, Forbidden Planet, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and all of these. But the Universal monster movies are great. Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein is fantastic.
Yeah.
So that's my memories of those movies.
Yeah, all classics.
Yeah, I think they are.
And you've rewatched. I assume you've rewatched many of them.
I've watched them many times over the years, but it's been some time since I actually revisited them. But you know what? I think Anthony's inspired us to rewatch them.
Yeah.
So I might have to have a weekend of watching those films. I might watch the three, or the Mummy as well. Boris Karloff in The Mummy. That's a great movie. The United States movies, the US movies that you know over your side, they produced two of my favourite, how can I say, comedy partnerships, who were absolutely huge. They were big megastars. Abbott and Costello,
Wow.
they were massive. They were so popular. and they've done a take on the Universal monsters. They've done a movie called Abbott and Costello meet. Is it Frankenstein? I think Anthony will have to confirm this, but that is one of my favourite movies. It
Then
is
they
hilarious.
turn a scary movie like with a twist of comedy.
Oh, it's funny. It's so funny. But they get meets Frankenstein. Thank you, Anthony. But they actually got Bela Lugosi in to play Dracula, and Lon Chaney to play the Wolfman, and that is so funny. I remember crying with laughter. I was actually crying. Oh yes, definitely, Anthony. Even now.
I want to watch Charlie. A movie that I want to watch again is Charlie Wonka. I want to see those 3 different versions. I mean, the
Yes.
2 other I want to see the 2 other, the most recent one, and then maybe the Tim Burton one.
Yes, the Tim Burton one's pretty good, but I still think the original one's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on our TV, you know, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
About 2 weeks ago, it was on our TV. And I caught the last half of the movie, and it was fantastic.
The original one?
Oh, the original Gene Wilder one, yes.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, I wonder if I would still. You're saying it's really good, because I really loved it as a child. And I wonder if I would love it as an adult. But you're saying,
I think you will,
oh, okay.
because it
Yeah, I
stands
want to
up.
watch that again. Then, yeah.
I think it's a unique film, right? And it's very, very close. It's extremely close to the book, to the children's book, yeah, the Roald Dahl book, and it looks like the book. You can. It's a fantastic adaptation, and I think it just holds up. I think it's just going to be great in another 20 years' time. It's going to be it's still going to be great.
Yeah, it's held up this long.
It has. It certainly has. Now, Grayscale mentioned Godzilla, right? A little
Yeah,
bit earlier on.
Grayscale's done a number of Godzilla paintings.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out these Godzilla paintings if I can. So Godzilla comes from the deep. That comes from the deep, the sea.
It does?
It certainly does. Comes out
Oh,
of the sea. And if you see some of the 2 of the most recent Godzilla movies, Godzilla -1, and I think the one before that, which was Gojira, it comes from the sea. The 2 Japanese movies are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So there's another sea-born creature. I wonder if anybody is from Canada. Is there anybody here from Canada?
hello, Lewis Fuller.
Lewis Fuller, hello.
Thank you for sharing it out. Thank you.
Lexi said she was traumatized at least 3 times by that movie. Is there anybody from Canada in the chat or watching this? Because I wanna mention a Canadian lake monster, which I cannot remember. It's something like Loch Ness. Don't know if anybody's heard of it before.
Oh, Anthony said the latest Japanese Godzilla won an Academy Award this year.
Yes, it did. It was an acclaimed movie. I think most people loved it. And they also released a black and white version, which it got a limited release, the black and white version. And a lot of people who watched it said it was even better than the color version. They said a lot of the
Really?
scenes.
Even that's unusual for it to be better than the color version.
Yes, you're quite right. It's very unusual, but apparently in black and white, a lot of people said some of the scenes had more impact and were scarier. So just by turning it into black and white, I think
Wow.
that was the original intention. It would be a black and white movie, but they were told no, it's got to be color by the film company, I think. So he's released it in black and white later on. And Anthony also says champ, the lake champion creature. I think that's it. It's the Canadian Loch Ness. Yeah,
Canadian Loch Ness.
yeah, the Canadian Loch Ness. They've got one. I would just like to say, Diana, I've just got until 10 o'clock. Okay.
Okay.
So about 35 minutes. This live streams went fast.
Yeah.
And we've been on for 1.5 hours.
Yeah, it has gone fast.
I'm going to start putting my finishing touches to the sketch. I've got a few little things to do. The humpback whale. And then I'll show it in its entirety. Let's have a look here. Diana, have you got any future live streams?
Oh, Monday. I do a live stream every Monday with Art Curious by MNW, who's also, her first name is Miriam from Israel. We live stream every Monday, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we've been doing a series of healing through art. So this coming Monday is going to be healing through art, a garden of gratitude and forgiveness. We're going to do art that has to do with like flowers and gardens, but also I'm going to mix text with imagery and include things having to do with gratitude, because I find gratitude very healing, and it keeps me positive. Gratitude keeps me in a positive frame of mind.
Yes, that's good. That's awesome. I've got to say, I try and I'll catch now and again one of your live streams with Miriam.
Thank you.
It's okay. And I must say they're very enjoyable.
Thank you.
The live stream you do with Miriam is very enjoyable.
Thank you.
So it's a good live stream there.
Anthony, what's your favorite? Do you have an all-time favorite movie, Anthony? Anthony is grayscale painting in the chat.
Yeah.
For those who don't know.
Grayscale painting, Anthony. I wonder what Anthony's like. You've just asked him. What is his favorite movie, if he's got one?
Yeah.
Thanks, Anthony. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, the live stream. I know I've enjoyed it. I enjoy coming on here. on Diana's live stream.
Yeah, I enjoy having you as a guest. Thank you. Let's
Thank
see if
you.
Anthony. He does not really have an all-time favorite.
All right. So he doesn't have a favorite.
But I bet you have some top favorites.
Yeah. What's your top 5? Name 5 great movies, Anthony. 5 great movies that you thoroughly enjoyed, that you would recommend to everybody. So how about that? 5 great movies that you would recommend to everybody. I wonder what they are. I wonder what he's going to pick. I don't think it's going to be Star Wars. I wonder if Anthony's a Star Trek fan. I wonder.
Wait, so didn't Anthony say that he was late in watching first watching Star Trek? It was
No,
years
Star
later.
Wars. I think it
It was
was
years.
Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
So he didn't watch Star Wars. I don't
Oh,
think he's
Star
too.
Trek, right? Star
But
Trek.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I was not. I was never a big fan of Star Trek.
Were you not? Oh, the original series with William Shatner.
Yeah, the original series. I was like, I don't know.
Do you think it was like, oh dear me? And Spock.
Right.
He's iconic. He's an iconic character. Spock.
Yeah.
With his Vulcan neck pins. Right, here we go. What is that? Right, so there we go then. So there's Anthony's so Passion. Hello, Passion.
Hi, Passion.
So Anthony has yes, he said yes. I like Dracula. Close Encounters, the first Godzilla. So would that be the 1954 Godzilla? Because that's fantastic.
Yeah, Close Encounters was good.
The what? Sorry, Diana.
Close Encounters was good.
Oh, it was. It was good. The Close Encounters, the first Godzilla, Jurassic Park, and A Night to Remember. So that's interesting. There's a nice mix of movies there. You've got a nice mix of movies. Excellent stuff. I think every single
Those
one
are
of
his
those.
favorites. He just named his
Yeah,
favorite.
5 of his favourites. He's probably got a lot more. But that's a really
Those are 5
good.
of his favorites.
Yeah, it's a nice mix of movies. So there we go. There's another fish, someone mentioned. Who mentioned the blobfish?
I in the article I read it talked about it.
Yes, you mentioned it, Diana. Yeah. There's another fish, right, which you should check out. Everybody should check out, because this is a crazy fish, and it looks really bad and nasty. It's called the goblin shark.
Oh, here comes Alex joining us on panel.
Right.
Hi, Alex.
Hey guys,
Hello, Alex.
it's been a crazy day. I'm going to the Special Olympics tomorrow with my friends. We're doing activities, and so we had a lot of stuff. We had a lot of stuff to get done today. So I'm sorry I'm late.
Nice to see you, Alec.
Hi, Davy. What are you
Have
drawing?
you had a nice day?
Yeah, I had a nice day. It's just been crazy. It's been
That's
busy.
good. As long as it's enjoyable.
What you drawing there, Davy?
I'm drawing a humpback whale.
Diana, what you drawing over there on your iPad?
Sea nymphs in the ocean.
Oh, okay. Hey, chat. Hi, everybody. Hi, Passion. Hey, Hey, Jesse. I hope you're doing okay. Thanks for joining us.
Anthony says the goblin shark is a creepy animal.
Yes, the goblin shark. Have you seen it, Diana?
Has an unhinged jaw.
Yes,
No, I
it
haven't
is.
seen it. No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, get the photo, put it on images. You got to see
Okay,
it.
I'll look it up. The goblin shark. Hold on.
It's some weird creature, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it sounds weird. It has an unhinged jaw.
It's horrendous.
Oh, gosh. And my teacher had a
Oh,
birthday.
it looks like a shark. I don't see it much different than it looks. How does it look much different than a shark? It looks a little different than a shark, but mainly it look. Here's a
But
picture
have you
of
seen
it.
it? Have you seen it when it extends its jaw?
Oh no! Well, yeah, you'd have to watch a video for that.
Yes. Wait until you see it extending its jaw.
Crazy.
Now, Alec.
Yeah. Yes.
I've got a question for you.
Yep.
What is your favorite movie?
I have to say that it's either I have to say that it's either Frozen 2 I have to say that it's either Frozen 2 or Frozen, or it's
Right.
or it's Mary Poppins, or it's either Baby Feet, or I don't know.
That's good.
Or Lala or Crocodile. That has a
So he
crocodile.
just named his top favorites.
Yep, or Lala or Crocodile. That's another one. That has one with with a crocodile in it. So
That's awesome.
yeah. And then there's another one with Clifford the Big Red Dog. That's a good movie. That's when Clifford's big and he can't get out and everything.
That is good. I've never seen Frozen. Do you think I should watch it?
Yeah, it's a good movie. Frozen, now Frozen, the first Frozen, now Disney, the first Frozen, that one's kind of sad, but Frozen 2 is okay. It's a very
Right.
interesting movie. But Grayscale, yes. Happy Feet was a great movie. That was awesome. The penguins look so
Happy
cute.
Feet.
Yeah, Happy
Happy
Feet. That's
Feet.
a good movie.
It reminds us of a joke. That just reminds me of a joke I was told on Monday. What has 5 toes, but it is not your foot?
I don't know.
I don't know.
My foot. What has 5 toes? What has 5 toes, but is not your foot?
It's your foot.
My foot.
Okay.
So there you go. That's the foot joke. That's known as the foot joke.
Oh, Anthony says that's a good one.
Thank you, Anthony. Alec didn't laugh.
What did you say? I had to turn my sound down. My mother came in here.
Right. Let's see like this. Alec, what has 5 toes? What has 5 toes, but is not your foot?
I don't know. That's funny.
My foot. So there you go. What has 5 toes? It's not your
Lexi
foot.
likes the foot joke too.
My foot. Thank you, Lexi.
Oh my God, y'all.
It's terrible, that one. Don't worry, I've got more terrible jokes.
Oh my gosh,
All right,
David.
let's hear them.
Oh, God. Do you know what? Whoops.
That's right.
We might have to do do you know the live stream we're done with Lexi? We might have to do that again. A joke live stream.
Yeah. You know what? I have to say one thing. I really enjoyed Diana's 2 birthday live that she had last year. That was a good live that she had last year.
Alec, you enjoyed what?
Your birthday live that you had last year for your birthday.
Oh.
The one that I was on, that was a good birthday live. That was a good birthday.
Yes. We should do another jokey one.
Davey was on the one in the afternoon, but I couldn't get onto the one until the evening. Oh my God! Lexi just said, "I still haven't recovered from the last joke stream."
Yes. That was
Thank you,
something.
Anthony. Anthony says both of our artworks are fabulous.
Yes,
Thank
they
you.
are.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
Oh, let me say something else. Let me say hi to my other people that's in here. Let me say, hey, Lewis. Let me say hi to my other people. I saw my other people in here. Lexi, I hope it was the kind of fun. Yeah, Lexi, I had a fun day. It's just we got a lot going on. We got Special Olympics coming. We got. My teacher has 50 buddies she has to come up. She has to come up with. And yeah, we had a good day. We had cupcakes and chips from my teacher's birthday. She turned it. Now I want to buy
Ocean jokes.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Mary. Hi, Miriam. Sorry I missed you in the chat. Hi, Jesse Miller. Hey, girl. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Thanks for subscribing, General Spring.
Here's some ocean jokes.
Go for it.
Why did the fisherman suddenly redirect his boat?
Oh, I don't know.
Just for the halibut.
Oh. Just for the halibut. Oh, bloody hell. Oh.
I need to go get a drink.
What does a fish say when he makes a mistake?
Don't know.
It was just a fluke.
Oh, God. Oh. These are killer jokes, these.
Hey, Diane, I have a big favor.
Wait, I have to tell another joke.
Okay.
What did the carp say to his crush? The creature that he had a crush on.
What, do I know?
What?
Don't play coy with me.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I've got one. I've got one joke.
Okay.
Right. Why did the beach blush? Why did the beach blush?
Oh,
I don't know why.
Because the seaweed. Because the seaweed.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I don't know if that was better than the foot joke or not. I'm not too sure.
I don't know if it was, Dave. Probably was. Diane, I got a favor.
Yeah.
I really, really want to stream this live to my channel because it's such a funny live.
No, because it's almost over. It's almost over, and also he doesn't want it streamed to his. If we stream it to yours, we have to stream it to Davey. He doesn't want that.
Yeah.
I'm going off. I'm going to go off soon.
Yeah, let me have my channel to do a review of it. Oh, but guys, I have an announcement to make. I'm going to be doing an interview with Joy from Read the Difference Clothing. I'm going to be doing an interview. I'm going to be doing an interview with her in July. I'm going to be doing an interview with her in July on my It's Me Alex channel.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing an interview with her, and it's going to be on July the 1st at 1 p.m.
An interview.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds good.
And then after I'm done with Joy, I'm gonna tell to Diana and see if I can get her to see if I can interview her.
Okay. What is the best way to communicate with a fish?
Oh, I don't know.
Drop it a line.
Oh God! Dear me, these are killer jokes.
Oh my life.
These jokes are making my foot joke look like a genius joke.
Why did the fisherman start doing drugs?
Whoa, I don't know.
peer pressure, but spelled
Oh,
P-I-E-R.
God. Bloody hell. Oh. Oh.
Listen to you.
Davy.
Oh, your joke is in here.
Is it?
Why did they said why did the lobster blush? Because the seaweed.
Because the seaweed, yeah. It's a good one. You got any more of those jokes there, Diana?
Yeah, tons of them.
Go for it. Go on.
Let's see.
That's
Have
in
you
the
heard
last
about
20 minutes.
the restaurant that caters exclusively to dolphins?
Oh, no.
It has only one customer, but at least it serves a porpoise.
Oh. Dear me.
Hey, we have 10 thumbs up. It's time for a happy dance.
Oh yeah, happy dance. Can you read me the comments in the chat?
Davey said time for a nap, Diana. Lexi said I'm not even going to stick any of the picture. Guys, make sure that you guys go subscribe to my channel. Later today, I'm going to send a live.
Good.
Anthony tells me it's time to take a nap.
Let me repeat what I was saying. Make sure, guys, I put my link in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel because I want to set the live stream for me and Joy later today.
Did you see me in that happy dance, Alec?
Yes, I was dancing in the kitchen.
I was in the white pants. That was me in the white pants.
Yeah, I guess so. Davey, I love you. You're so funny. I'm so glad me and you have become friends. I'm so glad I'm friends with Diana. Diana, I think I found you when you did your interview with Joy.
Oh yeah, she interviewed me.
Yeah, I think that's how we found each other. Was
Like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's how we found each other. I think that's how I found you. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good interview. And you get your 1,000 people back.
What is a cetacean? What's a cetacean's favorite TV show?
What is a what?
Yeah,
What's a what?
CETACEN.
A crustacean.
Yeah, they're spelling it wrong. So I think they mean crustacean. What's a crustacean's favorite TV show?
I don't know.
Whale of Fortune.
Oh, Wheel of Fortune. That's a good one. That's pretty good. Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I gotta get off here soon.
That's the best one.
What did the ocean say to the shore?
What?
I don't
Oh, I don't know.
It said nothing. It just waved.
Oh. Oh. I should have gotten that one.
Oh, here's a blue whale joke.
Right?
In honor of Davy's whale drawing.
Right?
What is a blue whale's favorite James Bond film?
I don't know.
Oh. Don't know.
License to Kill.
Oh, God. Oh. License to Kill.
Where does seaweed look for a job?
Where does seaweed look for a job? I don't know.
In the kelp wanted section.
Oh, God. That's a good one. The kelp.
Here's a good one. What lies at the bottom of the ocean and twitches?
A nervous wreck.
Yeah.
What swims?
Got it. Yeah.
What swims at the bottom of the ocean and terrorizes other fish? Anybody?
I don't know.
Jack the Kipper.
Oh.
It's a terrible one. Watch out for Jack the Kipper.
What does seaweed say when it's stuck at the bottom of the ocean?
I don't know.
Kelp, kelp.
Oh, God. I might have to tell that one to my friends. Kelp.
Why does it take a pirate so long to learn the alphabet?
Because he can't get past the R.
Well, that's a good one. No, because they spend years at sea.
Oh, that's a good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Diana, my phone works now. My mother and me. My mother let me. Well, I went on Amazon and I bought a case for my phone, so my phone works better.
Okay.
We went on Amazon and ordered one because I still haven't got my new phone yet. I've always been having issues at work, so yeah. So yeah, I got me a new case. It's blue. It works. It'll work for now. I tried to throw that other one away, but this one works. I put my thingy on it. It's 4:47, yo.
Yeah, I guess it's almost time. I guess we could wind up the live stream now.
We certainly could if you want.
Dying from these jokes.
Let's. I'll just show everybody this whale thing.
So beautiful.
That was a good ending. That was a good ending for the with the jokes.
Yes. But anyway, guys.
Where does a killer whale go for braces?
That's a good question.
The orchodontist.
Oh.
Anyway, guys, we're about to end this live stream. Mention that you guys join Diana for her live streams every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Thank you.
Time with Miriam. I am not able to join the Monday live because I'm already at school, but so now I'm able to join.
When's your last day of school? June what?
May the should be May the 30th.
In May, not June.
Yeah, in May. May the 30th. At least I think it's May the 30th. Hold on, let me look.
Oh, that's Memorial Day weekend. So your last day is end of May.
Hold on, let me see.
Okay, bye everybody. Thank you, Davey, for being here. Thank you, Alec, for joining us.
Hold on one
Thank
second.
you, Diana. It's been a great pleasure.
Yeah. My last day of school is May 24th.
Oh, okay.
See you, Alec.
Bye.
Everybody.
See you, Anthony.
I hope you survived the
See you,
show.
Lexi.
I'm gonna go live on my channel and
I don't know who's still in the chat but whoever's still in the chat, goodbye. And thank
Goodbye,
you so much.
everybody. Good night.
I'm gonna go on my channel and stream this and give y'all a shout out, and then I gotta go and I gotta go and do the do something.
Okay. All right, bye everybody.
See you, Lexi. See you, Anthony. See you,
Bye,
Alec.
Anthony. Bye, Lexi.
And I'll see you later, Diana.
And
Bye-bye.
Kat and Lewis Fuller, and I don't know who else is still in the chat, but bye. If I missed your name, I'm sorry, but goodbye. Thank you for being here.
Bye bye. Have a nice evening, guys.